It was raining hard that night, and the steady drum of water on the roof didn't sound like ordinary rain. It was more like whispering, as if the house itself was trying to speak. Julia, a curious 12-year-old girl, was returning home with her mother after visiting the annual antiques fair. Among dusty books, rusted clocks, and decaying furniture, something caught her eye. An old doll dressed in yellowed lace with tangled brown hair. But what truly unsettled her wasn't the dress or the hair, it was the face. Or rather, the lack of one. There were no eyes, no nose, no mouth, just a smooth, cold surface of pale porcelain. The vendor, an exhausted-looking man with trembling hands, spoke in a raspy voice. "It's a unique piece, made so it will never look at anyone." Julia's mother laughed, assuming it was just a sales trick, and bought the doll as a souvenir. That night, the storm showed no mercy. The power went out, drowning the house in shadows. Julia placed the doll on her shelf facing her bed. She tried to sleep, but every creak of the wood seemed louder than usual. Between the rainfall and the heavy silence, she swore she heard soft footsteps in the hallway. Startled, she opened her eyes and realized the doll was no longer on the shelf. It was on the floor, its dress covered in dust. Julia put it back, shivering as a chill ran down her spine. Later that night, she woke with the disturbing feeling of being watched. Turning toward the shelf, she froze. Two dark, hollow eyes were staring at her from where there had been only smooth porcelain. She blinked, and they vanished. But the fear stayed. Over the next days, things got worse. Julia heard muffled laughter when she was alone. One night, she woke to a faint touch on her foot. Grabbing her flashlight, she found the doll sitting at the foot of her bed. Its blank face was starting to deform, as if something inside was pushing to get out. The faint outline of a nose, the curve of lips, like flesh forcing its way through porcelain. Terrified, Julia tried to throw the doll away. But the next morning it was back on the shelf, untouched, and its face even more defined. It wasn't just changing. It was becoming someone. It was becoming her. On the final night, the storm raged louder than ever. Julia tried to lock her bedroom door, but woke up unable to move, her body frozen in fear. Heavy footsteps echoed through the room. The doll climbed slowly onto the bed. Now its face was identical to Julia's, except for the smile. A wide, impossible smile that didn't belong to any human face. The doll leaned close, its cold porcelain brushing her cheek, and whispered, "You won't be needing that face anymore." The next morning, Julia's mother found the bed empty. Only the doll sat on the sheets wearing Julia's clothes, and with a face perfectly identical to hers.